These mistakes cost me tens of thousands, potentially millions of dollars. And if you make these mistakes through the recession, you might as well kiss your money goodbye. Poof. It's gone. My name's Tyson, World Champion Rodeo Athlete, and you probably clicked on this video because you want to know how to not make these money mistakes that I made. And if you want to see a massive tip that will help you keep your money together, stay with me to the end. I got a surprise for you. Yeah, it's a massive bonus. This bonus cost me tens of thousands of dollars, and I want to give it to you for free. Without further ado, let's get after it. Number one, spending money on things that you don't actually need instead of experiences. The truth is, we all spend money on stuff that we don't actually need. And why do we do it? We're trying to impress somebody. We're trying to keep up with the Joneses. We gotta have the bigger house, the bigger piece of property, or the fastest car, or this or that. And the truth is, this is just a massive money waster. Throughout my life, I've worked super hard, probably like you. Through my 20s, it was probably the biggest thing that kept me broke. I was trying to impress the girls. I was trying to have the coolest rig in the rodeo circuit, having a dually pickup and a big nice trailer and all this stuff. And all it did was keep me broke. I was posturing, trying to be cooler than the next guy. And the truth is, anytime we're doing this, we're not living our truest purpose. What I would tell you, if you're constantly buying the biggest thing or finding that momentary happiness, you gotta figure out what you truly want. You gotta chase that. Because if you live the truest and most pure version of yourself, you are gonna attract people to you. They want to be around you. Like me, when I started wearing this bright pink shirt, I didn't know how people would take it. I was the cowboy in pink every single rodeo that I went to. And it was awkward. It was weird. But after a while, people were like, why is he always wearing a bright pink shirt every time? Why is he always doing this? Yeah, rodeo does it one day a week, but Tyson does it every single day. Why does he do that? Because I was living the truest version of myself. You see, I like to give back. I like to help. I like to push and motivate and inspire people. And that's why I was wearing this bright pink shirt. And so I let go of all the posturing, all the trying to be as cool as somebody else. I just lived the truest version of me, and it ended up attracting people to me. And when you buy things you don't really need, you end up spending money you don't have to impress people that don't really give a crap about you. So, as a cowboy would say, pull your head out, let's go. You don't need to do that. Live the truest version of yourself, and that will be good enough. Number two, learning how to save. So many times I get people coming to me and saying, Tyson, I don't have money. I'm like, okay, well, tell me what you're spending money on. Well, I gotta go to Starbucks, and I gotta make $1,000 pickup payment, and I gotta go out to eat 5 times a week. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You make enough money, you just don't know how to save it. So many times we upper limit ourselves. We get to this top and it's like, I got $1,000 or I got $10,000 or $50,000 in my checking account, and then I can spend like crazy, and I will get down to that broke thermometer that says like, oh, it's cold, I need to save. And we live our whole life hovering between these two patterns, just enough and not enough. And so we're just hovering back and forth. The truth is, you gotta learn how to save. I've never seen anybody invest their way from zero to millions. We gotta learn how to save, then we gotta learn how to create, then we gotta learn how to invest. If you're one of those people that always has $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 and your dollar amount isn't going up every month in your checking account, the truth is, you're upper limiting. You probably don't believe deep down that you deserve to be financially free, that you deserve to be a millionaire, and that could be something that somebody casted on you in the past or something somebody said. But the truth is, if you learn how to save and be comfortable with whatever dollar amount you have, that's the key. That's the special sauce. For myself, I had to learn how to save. Then I learned how to create more. And then I learned how to invest. And the truth is, it's a work in progress. I made some great investments. I made some really bad investments. Had I not learned how to save in the beginning, basically living on less than what I spend, then there would have been no way for me to have the capital to invest. So if your dollar amount is not going up every single month in your checking account, then you need to learn how to save. And you need to learn how to be comfortable with having money in your checking account without having to go spend it on the next new cool thing. Number 3, divided attention rarely shows profit. So I see these guys all the time and they say, hey Tyson, I'm doing this, I'm hustling, I'm grinding. But I look at them and they're doing like 15 different things. They're a carpenter, they're also detailing cars, they're also mowing lawns, and that's awesome. In the beginning, you tend to take what's available, not what you're qualified for. So you just kind of take whatever job comes your way. But the truth is, if you want to make massive income and you want to have massive value, you got to go super deep on one specific topic. For me, for over a decade, that was selling belt buckles. After I became a well-known athlete, I was like, how can I leverage my name and the fame to create a business that would create a profit? Because I've seen guys like Jordan do it. I've seen guys like Tiger Woods do it. I've seen Magic Johnson do it. I've seen all these great athletes do it. I'm like, okay, I don't want to just be another broke athlete. athlete, so I have to go super deep on one thing. And I could have went mega wide. I could have went like, hey, let's do some belt buckles. Let's do some construction. Instead, my wife and I decided to go super deep. Well, I have a name in the rodeo industry. So who am I going to sell buckles to? I'm going to sell belt buckles to rodeo associations who already know, like, and trust me. And so we were able to grow that business very fast. The truth is, for yourself, if you don't know what you want to do yet, that's okay. Go on, try a bunch of stuff. Find out what you like, love, and want to do. And if you do know what you want to do, don't get distracted. Stop chasing white rabbits all around, because the truth is the white rabbits are just pulling you away from that thing that you're meant to do. You see, most people, they're like, oh, great opportunity over there. Oh, great opportunity over here. And they're just bouncing all around. The truth is, find the thing you love and go deep at it. Remember, divided attention rarely shows profit. A jack of all trades is also a master of none, they say. I'm a little bit that way. I'm ADD, I'm dyslexic, and if I can go deep on one thing, then you can too. The truth is, you gotta get focused. And every time that mind of yours says, hey, I wanna go do this or do that, say, no way, buddy. Let's stay focused on this right here. Number 4 is tracking your money in and money out in sales every single day. If you're a business owner, track your sales every single day. Track your ad spend every single day. Know your return on ad spend. Do that every single day. Myself, I do it every day. Right when I get to the office, I see how much I spent, how much I made, because that allows me to see what's working in my business and what's not. This ad works, this ad doesn't. See, I built most of my businesses with digital ads like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, this kind of stuff. And so I track it every single day. As a young man, I used to have a piggy bank. Every day, I would go into my piggy bank, I would take what change in my pocket that I could find in the couch or around, or if I sold the aluminum cans that I was saving, and I would add it to my piggy bank. And every single day, I would count the money that there was. I would stack up the pennies, I would stack up the nickels and the dimes and the quarters, I would stack them all up, I would count them all out, I'd count the few bills that were in there, and I knew exactly how much money I had. Well, one day, my brother threw a party at our house, and I noticed that $19.42 was missing out of my piggy bank, and boy, was I pinged off. But the truth is, this made me say, hey, maybe I just can't leave my piggy bank out where anybody can get to it. Maybe I gotta put this money in a secure spot so that nobody knows where it's at. That way, if my brother decides to throw a party at the house, nobody gets into my piggy bank and steals my money. So track your money every day. Make sure it's in a secure place. Know what's coming in, know what's going out. If you got lots of money going out, limit your spending. Understand, do an audit on what's going out and say, do I need this? Myself, I canceled Netflix last night because I was like, hey, I don't need to be spending this money. Plus, Netflix doesn't really align with the values that I have for my family. So I'm like, nope, done. Gone, out. So do an audit for yourself. I can easily afford the $15 or the $20 that Netflix is every month, but I just don't need it. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do it. Do the same thing for yourself. Track the money in, track the money out. If you don't have money coming in, say, what thing can I do that I can add value to somebody else to make them get a lot of value so that they feel like they can pay me more money? Simple as that. Number 5, not giving freely. I'm a Christian. I love Jesus. I love God. And you know, in the Bible, it talks about tithing. Most people never write a check to tithe. Now, I've been giving far before I was a Christian. Many years ago, I watched this couple. They would show up to all the events and they would feed all the cowboys and do all this stuff. And I didn't know anything about God or anything. So I'm like, they must be making a bunch of money for feeding all these cowboys. They didn't ever charge us anything, but I just thought they were making a lot of money. One day, I had this thought in my head. It's like, Tyson, go give them $2,000. Now, I had $4,000 to my name. And as a professional rodeo athlete, that's like zero. That's like nothing. Had I not had credit, I wouldn't have been able to keep going. I was upside down. And I was like, I can't go give him $2,000. I can't do that. But something inside with me was like, hey, go give him $2,000. So I walk over, write out a check for $2,000. I give it to him and my hand was shaking and I was nervous and I was all upset. I give him the money, I walk away. I'm like, I don't know why I just did that, but I did it. The next week, I started crushing it. I started winning. I started getting sponsors. Everything just turned around. I went on to make the National Finals Rodeo that year and have a very profitable year. But here's the key. You should never give expecting to get anything back. I'm a firm believer that if you give, you get back. You put good out into the universe, you get good back. Be optimistic and happy and super cool, then you get that back. Give freely. Even if you don't have a lot of money, give something, because the truth is, if you're able to give when you have little, you'll be trusted for much more when you get. And for me, learning how to give was one of those amazing things that gave so much more to me. Today, I built well in Africa. We've given clothes to Ugandan villages, to Haiti. I help a trafficked children orphanage in Mexico. Done all these great things, and I never give expecting to get anything back. But the truth is, the amount of happiness that I get when I see a little kid that has absolutely nothing wearing a Shea Baby shirt, something super cute, it makes me feel so happy because I see the smile on her face. Or when I go to Mexico and I visit these orphanages and I can tell them about being a cowboy that wears pink and rodeo and all over American, and seeing the smile that comes to their face, it just makes me feel so good. And the truth is, most people get it wrong. They think they have to give money. You don't have to just give money. money. Giving, it comes from the heart. If you have the money, give the money. If you have the time, give the time. Whatever your resource is, you can give and add value to other people's lives. So I would beg you to just test it. Give out good and see what happens. I know in your life it'll shift it, it'll change it, it'll turn it around. And you know what else? The person that you're giving to, you're gonna help them. And then they're gonna go on and give. Trust me, in a world like we have right now, we need more givers. Number 6, focusing on the money and not the value. See, in my 20s, all I wanted to do was be a millionaire. Millionaire. And then I got it, and I was like, this is not that big a deal. Like, this is actually quite stupid that was my goal. And had I focused on providing massive value and not how much money I had, or how much I was creating, or what I was doing, or the championships I was winning, I could have done so much better. In sports, we say being smooth is fast. And how do you get smooth? Getting smooth is basically just understanding the basics and executing them to the best of your ability. In business, when you're talking about adding value, like provide massive value for a customer, they will feel compelled to give you money. There's this book right here, if you don't mind, I want to show it to you. It's $100 Million Offers by Alex Hormozi. Incredible book, by the way. If you don't have it, go get it. I met Alex at the 2020 Funnel Hacking Live conference. He was going up on stage to accept the award, and I met him, and we talked for like 5 minutes. Cowboy in pink. I didn't know him, didn't know anything about ClickFunnels or any digital business or even YouTube or any of this stuff. We had this short conversation. I was like, I want to find out more about that guy. Well, he didn't really have a social media presence at that time. Later on, he started putting out content. He came out with this book, $100 Million Offers. And the key of this book is basically make people such a compelling offer that they would feel stupid not to take it. And that's really a mistake that I made. I was so focused on selling this thing or getting this back or winning this championship, I forgot about the basics. And the basics of business is adding massive value. The basics in athletics is focusing on your craft, not the outcome. The basics in life are being a good person and knowing good things will come back to you. And so I would tell you, if you're thinking about trying to create income or trying to create money, don't focus on the money, focus on the value. If you can focus on the value, the money will come. I absolutely promise you that. Number 7, not having habits and rituals. In my younger years, I was focused on this status of having money, not the habits of having money. I'm gonna say that again. I was focused on the status of having money, not the habits of having money. I grew up so poor, so broke, I thought money cured all things. And the truth is, money's just gonna bring you into the truest form of yourself. And if you wanna be a millionaire, if you wanna make money, if you wanna save or have money in any form or fashion, you have to be focused on habits and rituals that stack, that give you the outcome that you want. If it's all about the money, it will never work. Because even if you get the money, you're gonna be focused on hoarding and keeping it. And then you're gonna turn into a Scrooge. Somebody's very angry, very negative. You have to treat that dollar like it's the last one you'll ever have. Those people who know how to add value and know about business know it's all about habits and rituals and stacking those day by day by day by day to get the outcome that you want. Myself, becoming a world champion, I had to practice, no joke, for 28 years stacking habits and rituals to become a world champion. And then when I started my business journey, it took 5 years in every single business that I started before I really got the traction. Now, there were things that I did that didn't help me, like I was a professional athlete, so I was focused probably 75% of the time on my training and then the business secondary. But the truth is, had I been focused only on the habits and rituals needed to create the future that I want, it would have been so much easier. Think about it. If you're thinking about the outcome of having the money, when you get it, you're going to want to hoard it. You're going to be upset if somebody tries to take it from you, if somebody lies or cheats you, which, trust me, if you ever make any amount of money, it will happen, and it'll happen a lot. And then also, if you get the money, it's just gonna be like, I need more money, more money, more money. I need a bigger house, I need a new jet, I need a bigger truck, I need a faster car, I need a prettier girlfriend, or I need a new girlfriend, or I need a new husband. Like, all that stuff's nothing. It's no good. Focus on the habits and rituals that create a firm foundation to give you what you want. If you want a great relationship with God, read your Bible every day. Study the scripture. Study people who have been there and done that before. Guys like Billy Graham or Derek Prince. And just say, hey, if they did it, I can do it too. And the same concept works for happiness. It works for motivation. It works for money. If you want to know about how to make money, study Alex. Alex is brilliant. He has like a couple of caps, a couple trucker hats, a few wife beaters, and some flannel shirts. And the guy sells hundreds of millions of dollars a year. So it's like, just study the people that have it and reverse engineer it. You don't have to be special. You don't have to be amazing. Money is just one of these things that comes to people who have the correct habits and rituals. And now it's time for the bonus. In my 20s, I made a lot of stupid decisions. Like I said before, I was just chasing the dollar. I wanted to be rich. And I thought that anytime I got an extra 10, 15, 20 grand in my pocket, I would go invest it, hoping that I could knock a home run with one of those deals. And the truth is, all of them were strikeouts. Throughout my 20s, I blew tens of thousands of dollars on real estate deals that went bad, investing in rehab properties and sending money to contractors and then the money disappearing. I once invested, if you haven't seen my other YouTube videos, in a high-rise condominium condominium in Calgary, gave the money to a friend of mine, and that money, poof, it was gone. I probably lost well over $125,000 on bad deals. And it really boiled down to over trusting people. The truth is, the people that are loyal, they will prove it. They don't have to say things like, hey, trust me. The people that are trustworthy, they just are. And so you want to have those kind of people around you. You don't want to have people around you that try to get you hurry into things. Almost every single time I lost money throughout my 20s, people were just like, hey, I need the money and I need it quick. And because I had some money, I would just send it to them. And that was dumb. Don't ever give money to people who need money fast. If you don't have time to do your due diligence, to think about it, to weigh the pros and the cons, don't do it. It's simple as that. And if they try to say, hey, we're not really friends if you don't help me, the truth is they weren't really your friend to start with. And Ronald Reagan said it best. He said, trust but verify. It's nothing wrong with trusting people, believing in people, believing in the good in people. Trust me, if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, I constantly throw out motivation, high performance, all this stuff that helped me become a world champion. But the truth is, my circle is very close, and almost nobody gets into my circle. I don't jack with no one outside of my circle. And the way to get into my circle is to prove that you can add value to me or my family or my friends over and over and over and over again, and then you get in. But the truth is, people that are trying to sell you on get rich quick, make money overnight, it's so easy, anybody can do it. These are like snake oil salesmen. This is not reality. This is not the truth. We always see the people that are like, hey, he made $5 million, just poof, and it comes out of thin air. It's like, maybe that happened for somebody, but the truth is they were probably grinding for a year or two before that actually happened. So don't be caught up and get rich quick. Do not trust people super fast. Over trusting people on the front end is a good way to get taken advantage of. I was taken advantage of a ton of times, and I know you probably have been, whether it's money or it's relationships or anything like that. Trust people, but verify people. Watch their actions. See what they do. Do they always come to you needing something, or they always come in trying to help you out? Give enough time to get to know somebody. People will always share their fruit. And you want to make sure that that is good fruit. Good fruit that's going to help you, help your family, help your organization, and move you forward at all costs. So guys, if you like this video, do me a favor, like and subscribe. Leave me a comment below about your biggest money mistake, and I promise I'll comment back. Hope you're doing awesome. Have a great day. Adios.